Hello.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Amazing. What can I do for you today?
I want to sell this Ouija board.
A real Ouija board.
It is, in fact. It's a 1919 Ouija board.
Can we take it out?
Absolutely.
Wow, it looks like in great condition. I remember playing with this as a kid. You know, you would ask it questions like, who's the greatest pawnbroker ever to live? C, H, U, M. Obviously, it's trying to spell Chumlee, because I'm the best employee Rick's ever had.
I have a 1919 Ouija board that I'm trying to sell. I believe in ghosts, so I don't want this thing in my house. I'm hoping to sell my Ouija board for $195.
This is pretty cool. Where did you get this thing?
Well, I'm a magician, and I was in a magic auction. I won a bunch of props, and this was one of them in there. And when I got home, I realized what I really have, which is something I didn't want in my house. It doesn't even stay in the house. It sleeps in the garage.
I don't blame you. It's pretty creepy. I remember as a kid playing one of these and moving it, freaking my little sister out. You know, I swear I'm not moving it. I'm not moving it. It was basically based off this planchette here. And these things go back all the way to the 1100s and the Song Dynasty in China. And they would use it to tell their fortune. But this modern part is the alphabet and the numbers on the board. This one looks definitely early, you know, probably in the early 1900s.
This is 1919 on the back of the box here.
Okay, so that's the copyright date. So this could have been a little older than that. So clearly you want to get rid of it. Are you trying to give it to me for free?
Oh, no. I want to sell it.
And how much are you looking to get?
I'll say like $195.
Okay, it's not out of the realm. I know that this kind of stuff can be very valuable, but I'm gonna have to have someone come down and take a look at it and tell me what they think it's worth and if they think it's actually from the early 1900s.
Okay.
All right, you got a few minutes to hang out?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, give me a few minutes, I'll get my buddy down here.
Okay. I'm glad he's bringing someone to look at this Ouija board. Whatever we need to make this happen and get it gone, yes.
You have a Ouija board?
I do. I figured who better to call down than you.
Wow, this is amazing. This is an old board. With Ouija, there's a lot of theories on how that name came about. But what a lot of people think it is actually French and German words put together, meaning yes. Oui is French, ja is German.
Yeah, I heard other stories. It's an old Egyptian word for good luck.
Yeah, there's so many,
Yeah,
right?
so
There's really,
many.
you know. So, Chum, have you used it yet?
Not really.
Do you want to really try it?
Heck yeah, I do.
Well, let's do it. You in?
No.
Antoine, get over here. You're gonna play with a Ouija board.
For what?
So you can go home and teach your kids how to play with one.
I'm not into this.
Let's give it a shot.
I see enough weird people and enough weird items come through these doors every day.
You saying I'm weird? Look at me.
I mean, amongst other things.
Perfect. Nice. All right, so the way this works usually is you put our index and our middle finger on the planchette, and then we have to ask the question. We want to ask, is Chumlee going to own the pawn shop one day? Look at, you moving it?
No.
I'm not touching it. Huh. The responsibility.
Thank God.
I'm out of here, bro.
It's totally cool. You pushing it?
No.
I wasn't pushing it.
So, how much do you think it's worth?
So this board, back in the old days, used to be made out of all wood. They actually printed on the wood. But of course, as times move on, things cost more money. Also, wood warps. So they started using pressboard or masonite, and they'd actually print the alphabet as well as the numbers on a sticker on the front and the back. But if I had to take a real good stab at this board is around 1930 to 1942. And the reason why is the way it's made, with the stickering on top of the pressboard and the masonite and the plastic planchette, but it's in great shape. You know, there's a little, divot over here, but, that's nothing. I would say the value of this board is about $125.
Really?
Yeah, $125, yeah. So there you go.
Thanks for coming out.
Good luck with the spirits. Maybe the spirits can, figure this out.
Maybe the spirits will align. So, you were asking for $195. Murray says it's worth about $125. Would you take 50 bucks for it?
We can do 90.
90. 90's still gonna be a little too much for me. Would you be able to do 65? That's gonna be about where I'm at.
You got a deal.
All right, sounds good. I'll meet you at the counter and we'll write it up, all right?
Excellent. $65 was less than what I was expecting, but it's out of my house, and now I can use the money maybe to get some more games or maybe treat myself for dinner.